Yes, arafo mamu nyina kwaba. Ede over platform we as host Nana J. And I want me edi ehyiemu no arafo. Edi na asie sesiam ne mo kase enye fadi agro e wo this side. Chese Fada Dickson. Fada Dickson. Ono nso no ni leak bi a ababe piem e wo media ne so no arafo. Enye fadi agro edi nyina ebre. Kevin Taylor so no edi nkomo bi. Yentie ne ono nso no eka edi afa former president J Akufo ho e wo this side.
Yeah, papa, Mate say only bloggers be a interview. Nah, at this point, you know, Anka Ushebu pa interview o grantee, you know. Yeah, papa, and anything extraordinary. Mahusa Ghana for Bibrika wants some, but to me, you know, I think it's one of the weakest interviews what grantee in your career as a politician. You didn't really say anything new. And in that process of you trying to maybe throw Akufo-Addo under the bus because maybe you feel say o legacy no ya papa Akufo no right now MPP for Canada because do don't free few. It's party no you want to find a way to throw Akufo-Addo under the bus to make your name come up to say because like you said Obi any MPP mo betuma campaign without your legacy. Akufo-Addo has no legacy. It's you know, who say somebody will be crazy to even campaign without mentioning you, whatever you left behind, because Akufo-Addo is not intelligent enough to receive any kind of credit. And we all know, say, Obi a we Jimmy no Akufo-Addo so campaign. The only thing I can say, you expect to say, Obi or person be the MPP in Nimbiano also use wo. O recorder Sebio Papa Manusi Suminaso and one shadante as a president in a campaign. Now, and then I catch my team and they say your interview with bloggers, it wasn't anything extraordinary. There was nothing special about it. You were basically speaking to NPP delegates. You were basically telling them, say, even though Bawumia is a loser, is a liar, they should go out in their numbers to continue the criminality of Akufo-Addo and the NPP. That is all. You were just charging the base in their head, no. You were just directing them to go and vote for Kufo. That was why you were talking to a blogger. At this point, I expect you to be granting interviews to multi-million-dollar media houses with intelligent, with all due respect. I don't have any problem with the people who interviewed you. I don't know them. I don't have an issue with them. But this is my opinion. I expect say for Okasa, Abia the BBC Hard Talk, Abia CNN, MSNBC, Al Jazeera, like quality interviews, questions, fact-based questions, fact-based follow-ups, intellectual questioning. But I feel say well lower standard now to the point to say, and it'll be out to room. And I understand because the MPP based and as a delegate, say majority of them bloggers no mutie. They are not intelligent to that point where they will understand real issues and real analysis. That is why you feel say when you go this route, you go the weak route, the what we call a social media sensationalism route. Now, it might give you some they might give you some attention. That is why I'm saying, say, I have no problems with the people who grant you interviews all over the place. But I believe, say, you some of the platforms you grant interviews, you can see say bloggers, you know what I mean. You're up there. And see, I was telling my team, say, there was nothing exceptional about what you did. The interview you granted, we have always known you and what you believe and stand for. You have always stood behind what we call lies. And the reason why I'm saying this is simple. Papa, on your birthday, I want to make it easy. Okachre, in your bloggers interview, said, I was not consulted on National Cathedral Project. Kufo reveals. This is no news. And why are you saying this now? It is looking like, say, Papa, every time we try to see the baby dear bonnie try a tro, or we na or say you then you step in like, oh, openyina otifie mayaka nankawefo wan kasa yebeka se nanka no owibi. And this interview we granted me huniti ehuni nine because we have always known say you have not been honest with Ghanaians when it comes to national issues. You have departed from patriotism. And that is the problem people like us we have with you. You have departed from patriotism. You are still not allowing the party in you to take over, to understand the say, you are a statesman. And it is not about the NPP. It is about Ghana and how we can, at the end of the day, have this kind of progress, this kind of development, devoid of who is from here or who is coming from here. But it looks like you are still struggling to move away from your party. You have detached yourself from patriotism. Your statesmanship has been taken away because you have allowed your partisan side, to overshadow your patriotic side. And Intina, recently when you grant interviews, it sounds like broken record. Mr. Ex-President, if you were not consulted on National Cathedral, do you think I care? Do you think any Ghanaian cares? Because if you were even consulted, and because you want to protect your party and the people who you know are doing the wrong thing, you wouldn't have come out to tell us to say you don't agree and that they should stop. You wouldn't have done it. And you not being consulted does not change the narrative here that if you had even been consulted, and still they would have done what they did. The reason I make a Ghana for say, yeah, Paco for interview a grantee, and it's all about America. You see George Bush, who is a former president or Republican, a grantee interview. Do you think the Republican Party cares? No. Party maybe I say do as Republican Party, they will not care about George Bush. The NPP now say to the point where it is not granting interview to bloggers or indirectly trying to reach out to the base to change the destiny of the party. No. I am being respectful here because I respect Papa for very well. Into these things, Papa, you cannot isolate anybody from these things. In 2020, on Mountain Stage Catcher say, upon the killings, every single thing we had seen, the high number of people who were unemployed, the deliberate disrespect for the rule of law.
Yes, Arafo, there be a mechanism we say, or minor yetimono. A year, Mamma, ye margin say, and this for the Sebiota frate, or we unique armor. Hey, some what to one among the same way bibino. Some more and this for 1 to 2 million year on. And I'm not Ghana, I am having some Ghana for more. Some 1 to 2 million a year, Namu continue and send a more yana. 2028 in Ayati Ayer 2028, Mahama Crabberry, 1 primpos of a quarter term because any Nakono, some 1 to 2 million a year. None ye namuya ye namudia because ye namuno near Akufo the pension near namuno and 1 ye namu into 7 say na ye de any say Akufo one year bonibia because Akufo the penswa dollar equal soro send ye mo ken mucha se Ghana say ade an ye ton Akufo the penso na the price ne boy ye den no and ne dollar wo form na so sa ade an ne boy da so gina ba bi egina. And he said, "Oh, my cat, I may have a gun and ya make ding. I'm a tissikato, I say, a coup for the crom for Sabi. Messi that Jedi. Because a nest $1 call for me was sending a man to call from. Next $1 a call from no. Instead of buying to reduce prices, no, in fast one a Dawson or just in the bottom, and a dear yet tono, face price, a coup for the pencil, and there. Pian's sign. Near fee said $1 na money my boy ding. But near him said $1 babe conform. I'm a Sabia Santonia boarding. Into Moody and Montana, Namun lobby. Now 2028 is around the corner. Near Moyano, someone to someone I'm on some Georgia omo kwa se adwen bi omo sanya se ye ba be yesem ka re-registration no ebeji omo nsa se arafo Fada Dickson on UTV so no arafo e de ade a yenko nsem ni mo decide
so Fada Dickson obi ehun Fada Dickson yireda obi ehun Fada Dickson yireda or the Nigeria ba be treda ne mpona for blue 1,078.8 degree kwasia we dey want to me control mu show no kwasia bi abetwe ye maame mbeto wo ye me papa kra na okotwe me maame akosua se wa abeto wo no ma wo betre me school a wo de me call ye any class any school fees a wo twia ye kwasia fo asefo Fada Dickson gay man Fada Dickson if you are Schwarzenegger say we gay or report me to wo me ba che me content me kwa koyi odu if you are Schwarzenegger kai because I da ho enu na mumbai
yes arafo so ati ase na echema Fada Dickson ai wono so no ebo so hunsa wo so ari ase LGBTQ+ no ono so de ne ho agimu arafo enye yize so ono na ye bone to so ono na bo bi to allegedly ha na de dwuma de be sim no bi ara se e be sia bi makra mo bye bye.